Discover your world. For the next half hour, sit back and enjoy as our crew takes you to exciting travel destinations from around the world. You will meet people from places rich in culture and beauty.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Discover Your World. I'm David Crichton, and on today's show, we're going to go cruising. We're going to go cruising up the mighty Amazon. We're also going to take a cruise courtesy of Thompson Vacations, who specialize in cruises, among other things. They're the people who take the worry out of travel. More in just a moment. First of all, though, a reminder that we'll have Patrick Janine by with his travel news and tips, and Gerald Heifetz with some legal advice. Bea Broda has a special guest, and Bea will also tell you how you can win a safari trip in Africa. In the meantime, let's go cruising, and here's Bea to tell us all about it.
Thanks, Dave. Thompson Vacations is offering 3-, 4-, and 7-day cruises to show you the best of the Bahamas in shipboard comfort. You don't have to worry about anything because virtually everything is included. From airfare, meals, a cocktail party, interesting theme nights, activities and entertainment, and your accommodation aboard the MTS Jason. What makes this program so appealing is that it allows you to get a taste of the Bahamas at your leisure. And instead of having to pick up and transport yourself to the various islands and ports, the MTS Jason brings it all to you. Each port is a new adventure, and each sunset will be more breathtaking than the one before. The MTS Jason is fully equipped with 134 cabins with washrooms, telephone, and radio, a swimming pool, lounges, a casino, nightclub, and a full staff to cater to your every request. When you're not sailing the spectacular Bahamian waters, there's plenty of time to shop, enjoy beach parties, snorkel, meet the locals, or explore the flawless sandy beaches. A one-week vacation is the best way to enjoy the Bahamas in two ways. You can have a combined itinerary of cruising aboard the Jason and staying at a resort hotel. Choose the 3-night Bahamian breakaway or the 4-night Bahamas Discovery Cruise and enjoy all of the facilities on tropical land and at glorious sea.
Peas and rice, concrete or sand. They're taking all our childhood.
It's a chaotic universe of islands, each one a jewel in itself. There's no more beautiful way to truly get away from it all, and at the same time enjoy some of the comforts you've grown to expect. As well, the savings are pretty impressive. This vacation costs far less than many tour packages because it includes so much. To enrich your fun, you can plan special shore trips with the assistance of the Thompson reps on board. Feel free to explore one day and relax the next if you wish. The choice and the fun are all yours.
In Nassau Harbor, sailing way beyond the tropic bay.
Well, that was just enough of the Thompson Vacations 7-day Bahamas cruise to whet your appetite. Thompson Vacations is taking Discover Your World's team along on that 7-day cruise, and we'll be bringing you the best of that in just a few weeks, and you won't want to miss it. Just last week, the Trinidad Hilton International sponsored a special luncheon in Toronto in honor of travel agents. Discover Your World was invited to attend, and while we were there, we spoke to Andrew Paris, who's the manager of BWIA Airlines International, and asked him his idea on the objective of the luncheon.
Well, the purpose of the Trinidad Hilton holding a luncheon for the agents in Toronto is to explain to them some new efforts they're putting into selling their property to boost sales into the Trinidad Hilton, particularly in a trough period like now. And therefore BWI's presence here is as an endorsement to improve the tourism traffic into Trinidad and Tobago, particularly at this time, but on a long-term basis to see it increase, because Trinidad is more interested in tourism now than they have ever been in the past. BWI is happy to be associated with this, as BWI is the national carrier of Trinidad and Tobago, and we serve Trinidad and Tobago on every service out of here. And with the winter season starting on the 11th of December, we will have 8 services, all L1011 500 Tri-Stars into Trinidad and Tobago each week. So this is a natural for us. And the 2 properties, I think I should say the 2 organizations are owned by the Trinidad and Tobago government. So it is only natural that we should work closely with them.
William Aguiton was also on hand at the luncheon. He's the general manager of the Hilton Trinidad International, and we also asked him what they were hoping to achieve with this meeting.
Well, as you may be aware, the Trinidad and Tobago government has just launched a tourism plan, and we are naturally very involved in it as a leading hotel in Trinidad and Tobago. You may be aware also that Trinidad is celebrating its 25th anniversary as an independent nation, which coincides with Hilton's 25th anniversary in Trinidad. And I have just returned to Trinidad as the first national to be general manager of the Hilton. And I came here to meet with the travel agents who are promoting and selling Trinidad the most. We are about to launch a new package with them that will run from now until the 15th of January as a special campaign leading up to Carnival. Next year we will have another program ready for them in January also that will run for the whole year. But for the time being, I was here in collaboration with BWI, the national carrier, to promote this new package that we are launching. They seem very enthusiastic, and I hope we will have some returns.
Diamond International Tours, devoted to excellence since 1982. See the big game at national parks. An affordable safari come true in open Land Rovers with game trackers to the unspoiled Okavango Delta in Botswana, the famous Chobe National Park, majestic Victoria Falls, and now fly-in safaris to Sabi Sabi Game Lodge bordering on Kruger National Park. See it all from Open Land Rovers. For an unforgettable experience, safari in the wild with Diamond International Tours and Springbok Atlas Safaris. Call your travel agent for your color brochure. For our guaranteed weekly departures on safaris where the game is viewed from Open Land Rovers. Get your lion's share.
I'm Alex Tilley. Welcome to Tilley Endurables. Our mission is to make the best travel and adventure clothes in the world. Clothes with a 5-year guarantee and secret pockets for your passport. Whether you're going to Africa, Europe, or to the Caribbean, you'll love the clothes we make. When it gets really hot, you'll stay cool and comfortable in your Tilley cotton.
And they won't shrink, and you don't have to iron them.
We have it made in Canada. Call us for a free catalog.
Fly away, fly away, fly away on BWIA. Fly away, fly away, fly away on BWIA. Ooh, la 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 la. Ooh, la 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 la.
Now it's time for travel news, and Patrick Deneen joins us from the Canadian Travel Courier, Maclean Hunter publication.
Hello. The Panama Canal is one of the greatest engineering feats of the 20th century, saving ships the long and hazardous voyage around Cape Horn. It is also one of the highlights of many cruises, and this winter, Sidmar Cruises is offering early booking discounts of $300 to $400. for its trans-canal cruises of 10 to 14 days on the Fair Sea and Fair Sky. Next year, trans-canal sailings will leave from Acapulco, San Juan, Los Angeles, Fort Lauderdale, San Francisco, and New York. Early booking prices start at U.S. $1,765 per person. And Sitmar's Air-Sea program offers free airfare for more than 150 cities throughout North America on all trans-canal cruises. If you're going to Hawaii, it definitely makes sense to rent a car. Not only are car rental prices lower here than any other part of the United States, including Florida, but most companies also have a gift program for renters as well. Those renting a budget car, for instance, get free admission to the Polynesian Cultural Center, alone worth $20, free admission to Sea Life Park, another $8.25, and a free dinner cruise on the world's largest catamaran, a $27 value. The gift program includes many other items as well. Diamond International Tours of Toronto has its new brochures to Israel, Egypt, Italy, and Greece. It outlines how the chauffeured car-sharing program not only can save money against bus tours, but allows complete flexibility as well. Another Diamond International brochure outlines safaris and open Land Rovers in Sabi-Sabi and the Okavango Delta. In this way, game can be viewed directly by the visitors, and they can photograph without any encumbrance whatsoever. These brochures are available from your travel agent. I'm Patrick Deneen.
Now, here's Bea Broda with today's special guest.
When we approach a travel agency, it's because we're looking for a holiday, an escape, a trouble-free vacation. Just what guarantees do we have that the travel agent on the other side of the counter is professional and is going to make sure we have that trouble-free time? Rose DeFranco is the president of the Knox Travel Academy, and she's here to answer some of those questions for us. Welcome to Discover Your World, Rose.
Hi, Bea. I'm very glad to be here.
First, tell us a little bit about the Academy.
First of all, we're a registered private vocational school approved by the colleges and universities of Ontario. We have a license to teach the trade of travel and tourism for counselors. This ensures that the counselors become professional when they go out and work with the consumers.
Do all travel agents have some sort of professional education?
Not all of them, unfortunately. There are standards in our industry. However, most of them do. For example, my graduates study thoroughly all topics concerned for vacations and, of course, business travel. They start off with world tourist destinations, so they have a thorough understanding of what can happen on a holiday, what to do in London or Paris or Hong Kong, for example. We study what passports, visas, documentation you need to get there so that you know when you get there you're going to be allowed in the country. Travel insurance, tours, charters, airline tickets, the whole gamut of education for tourism.
I understand that your course goes on for anywhere from 4 to 9 months. Just what specifically does a person learn in that time?
Well, specifically, there are 6 major subjects. First of all, world tourism. We have domestic and international airline tickets, tours and charters, salesmanship and counseling. We also train live at one of Canada's major airlines on the computer system so that you can call in and get an instantaneous reservation.
Do you also stress the PR aspect, the incredible importance of treating your customer like royalty?
Right. We cover this in salesmanship and counseling. We teach our students how to talk to various types of people, the problem client or the very happy honeymooner. So they are very skilled at dealing with all types of traveler. Where would the senior citizen like to go versus the young 18-year-old people on March break?
Do you go on field trips as well?
Yes, we do. I was affiliated with a major cruise line, and every year I take my students on a cruise through the Caribbean, and we conduct it like an educational tour. Although they are having an enjoyable time on the ship, I make them, when they get to the various islands, go to several hotels on the island and study the various conveniences of that hotel and what other sites the island would have, so that they are very, very knowledgeable when they come back.
I think there really are some benefits to having a travel agency course. There's a lot of snags that people don't anticipate.
That's right. For example, if you don't sell the correct type of health and medical insurance, then if something does unfortunately happen to you, you can be in an unfortunate predicament, so that your counselor must know all these things, and that's what we do at the Knox Travel Academy.
How does one contact the Knox Travel Academy?
Well, they can call us in Toronto. The area code is 416 at 323-0001. We're right located at the Yonge and Bloor subway line.
Rose DeFranco, thanks very much. It sounds like a terrific course.
Thank you, Bea. I've enjoyed being here.
We're going to go to commercial break, but we'll be back right after these words.
Hello, I'm David Crichton, your host on Discover Your World.
And I'm Larry Henderson. For years, I've hosted tours to Israel.
This Easter, March the 25th to April the 6th, we invite you to join us on a tour of the lands where it all began. This year, Israel. Celebrate with us Good Friday in Jerusalem. Visit Masada, Nazareth, and Caesarea. Float the incredible waters of the Dead Sea and sail the Sea of Galilee.
Also on this tour, a visit to the eternal city of Rome.
Join us for this 13-day tour, March the 25th to April the 6th, on a tour of a lifetime. For your color brochure, write to Discover Your World, 264 Seaton Street, Toronto. You know, we always wanted to walk the ancient lands, and this year it's Israel. Join us. Now it's back to cruising, and this time the mysteries of the mighty Amazon will be unveiled as we take a cruise up this majestic river.
A ship to take you on cruises of a lifetime. The Amazon River is at the heart of one of those cruises. There is little that can compare to a voyage on this giant waterway. A visual treat without peer. The Amazon Cruise, a journey on the second longest river in the world, is full of glorious surprises, the people and places along the way. Places like the beautiful city of Santarem, settled by wealthy members of the United States Confederacy in 1865. Enjoy the charms of the zoo in this unique sunline port of call. Glory in the splendor of Altar de Jau, a marvelous beach, or wander through a marketplace full of new discoveries in sight, smell, and taste. Experience lovely Manaus, carved out of the dense Brazilian jungle that surrounds the Amazon. Here you can take an excursion on that river and explore that lush jungle. And here, where one would least expect it, you can find an opera house, known as Teatro do Amazonas, which historically has attracted the greatest artists on earth, Caruso, Pavlova, Sarah Bernhardt. The highlight of your stay in Manaus is a performance in this grand theater, which after being closed for 14 years, was reopened for Sunline. Stage, a show of Brazilian music and dance, produced exclusively for the passengers of the Stella Solaris. Both the Rio and Amazon River cruises are rounded out by stops in the Caribbean. Stops at places like Barbados, St. Martin, Tobago, and others. We have chosen islands for you. Islands that are unspoiled, romantic, inviting, and warm in every sense. Islands that add dimension to two cruises that must be lived to be believed. Memories to treasure forever. Sunline, the Stella Solaris, Brazil. Cruise with us.
A trip up the mighty Amazon. And for more video sites of the Amazon and other locations, I suggest you contact Video Vacations. They're at 80 Galaxy Boulevard, Unit 16, Rexdale, Ontario, M9W4Y8. And we'll be back with more here on Discover Your World in just a moment.
Olympic Airways, the national airline of Greece, invites you to fly with us directly to Athens. We fly to 38 destinations around the world, providing excellent connections without changing terminals. We can take you to destinations such as Larnaca, Istanbul, Cairo, Tel Aviv, Johannesburg, and Nairobi. For more information, contact the Olympic Airways office at 920-2452 or your travel agent.
The only trouble with visiting Israel is you don't know what to go and see first.
Thought about it long enough. We waited here for ages. Come visit us in Israel. Israel this year.
You could spend all your time on those beautiful beaches, but then you'd miss Jerusalem.
You thought about it long enough. Israel this year.
You ought to go this year, especially if you haven't been.
Experience the Caribbean with a difference. Luxurious villas from Caribbean Home Rentals. We offer a wide variety of holiday villas throughout the Caribbean. These spacious, affordable villas are fully furnished and equipped and can accommodate 4 to 10 persons. Most come with their own private pools. Enjoy quiet settings close to or on the beach. Villas can be rented for any length of time with a minimum stay of 7 days. This year, relax in your own home away from home. For reservations, call 278-6247.
Scandinavia is our business. Recognized worldwide for our outstanding service, SAS invites you to enjoy the beauty of Sweden, Norway, and Denmark. Share with us majestic Oslo, cosmopolitan Stockholm, a city that floats on water, and beautiful Copenhagen. This year, it's Scandinavia, and SAS will fly you there in style. For more information, call your travel agent. Now it's time for Legally Speaking here on Discover Your World, and here's Gerald Heifetz.
Thank you, David. We're going to talk today about the terms and conditions of sale. And people usually think of that as the small print, the legal jingo that goes on these flyers and brochures that are published by travel service suppliers and tour operators. But they're very important terms and conditions of sale because every supplier has a right to state the terms that they're willing to sell their product upon. And every consumer has a right to expect that the language in these terms and conditions of sale is clear, it's understandable, the print is not too small, and that if they do read the material, that they'll understand what it means. So there's a mutual obligation, an obligation to disclose by the supplier and to understand by the consumer. And we've discussed that many times before in this show. Now the question has been asked of me, what happens when things go wrong and the supplier has clearly stated what his terms are, but the consumer does not like what happened? For example, you go off on a trip and there's a change in the hotel, or there's a change in the type of accommodation, or the itinerary isn't exactly as it was originally scheduled. And a lot will depend on a combination of things. It will depend upon whether the change was material. Was it an important, fundamental change? It will depend upon what did the consumer reasonably expect would be included in the trip, and was he legitimately entitled to change his mind if there was a disappointment on what was provided. For example, equal accommodation at a different hotel should not bother a reasonable consumer. A slight change in itinerary should not bother a reasonable consumer. Modest changes should be expected. Unusual circumstances should be accepted, but deception, improper disclosure, fuzzy-wuzzy thinking should be held at the responsibility of the industry. Good day. This is Gerald Heifetz on Legal Observations.
Time to put our pith helmets on. Say that word carefully. And here's Bea Broda to tell you how you can win a safari in Africa.
Discover Your World, in cooperation with Diamond International Tours, is having the most exciting contest giveaway yet. You can win an African safari, and it's really easy to win. Just answer the following questions correctly. Question number 1, in which country are the majestic Victorian Falls? Question number 2, name the big 5 animals seen in a safari. Question number 3, where is the Sabi Sabi Game Reserve? And finally, question number 4, in which country is the Okavango Delta? Just answer all 4 of those questions correctly and jot those answers along with your name, address, and telephone number and send it along to us at African Safari Contest, care of Discover Your World, 264 Seton Street, Unit 103, Toronto, Ontario, M5A2T4. Then stay tuned to Discover Your World, because we're going to be announcing that lucky winner in just a few weeks. Good luck.
Yugoslavia, Pearl of the Adriatic, a vacation paradise for Canadians. Friendly people, magical towns which have remained unchanged for centuries. Make Yugoslavia your safe and affordable holiday destination. Yugoslavia is easily accessible by direct flights from Toronto via JAT, the Yugoslav airline. For more information, call your travel agent.
These beautiful scenes were shot by Discover Your World Productions, who specialize in travel documentaries. Have you ever thought of capturing the fun and memories of a fam trip? We have done it for our clients and seen their sales soar. In travel, a picture is worth 1,000 words. If you're planning to produce a travel promotion, think of us. Your thoughts can be reached at 499-3119.
That's it for our show this week. Once again, I'd like to thank all the folks for taking the time to write to us with your questions. If we haven't as yet replied to your particular letter, don't worry about it. We will get to you. And also would like to welcome aboard some new listeners to the show as we continue to expand over the airwaves here on Discover Your World. I'm David Crichton. Until next week, may all your journeys be very pleasant and safe ones. Bye-bye for now.
For information on next week's Discover Your World show and more information, call Telemagic 416-872-4444.